And our final story for this edition of the Rolling Stone. This is where I let my hair down, gang. This is where my inner geek comes out because this is so exciting. This is so exciting. The Pentagon has finally admitted that UFOs are real. And it's about bloody time, I tell you. Wow, I'm swearing a lot. Bollocks and bloody. Here I go. I'm turning British. It must be all the tea I'm drinking. But yes, this past week, the Pentagon admitted for the very first time officially that UFOs are in fact real. Last year, a private company released 3 videos that Navy pilots took of UFOs that they saw when they were flying, actually, when they were on duty flying. And it was these videos that the Pentagon highlighted, released again officially, and said, yeah, we don't know what these things are. They are unidentified flying objects. They are real. Now, this is huge, gang. This is, oh my gosh, this is one of the most exciting things to happen this year, and it's so wonderful that it isn't political. I mean, isn't it just great not to be talking about something political for once? I mean, this is just, I love this. My inner 5-year-old has just been jumping up and down on a trampoline in excitement ever since that news story came out. It's like, yes, I knew it. Fox Mulder is justified, baby. And he really kind of is, because interestingly enough, I mean, there have been, how do I say this, UFOologists, which is a word that I absolutely detest. They will argue that there have been UFO sightings since ancient times, in ancient Egypt and ancient Rome. Who knows? What we do know, however, is that the first modern American sighting of a UFO happened in 1947, and it was sighted by a man named Kenneth Arnold. It is now called the Arnold sighting. And in the late 40s, the post-World War II era, more and more people actually claim to have seen these, flying saucers, these unidentified flying objects. And they became so prominent that the government actually started what was called Project Blue Book in 1952, which lasted for 17 years. Project Blue Book was created in 1952, and then it was shut down, I wonder why, in 1969. And in 17 years, they gathered together and investigated 12,000 sightings of UFOs. But again, nothing was really made official. I think people knew that Project Blue Book existed, but the government, no branch or department or agency of the government actually said, yes, this is real. We don't know it's real, it was seen, but we don't know what the hell it is. So this is the first time that has happened. And it's wonderful in a sense. Now, I should make one thing absolutely clear, that just because they're UFOs and UFOs are now real, we still don't know what they are. That still doesn't mean that they are alien spacecraft. That the two of them do not go together, because there have been a ton of theories as to what UFOs could be. Alien spacecrafts, absolutely, that's a huge theory, and I think that that's the one that is the most popular, especially after Roswell. But other people have said that they are actually time machines. They're vehicles from Earth's future. Some have said that they are actually interdimensional vehicles. They come from a parallel world or even a parallel universe. They get that multiverse theory going. So tons of different things. And like I said, the inner 5-year-old in me has been eagerly chomping at the bit, just wondering, like, oh my gosh, if UFOs are real, what else could be real? Mothman, the Flatwoods Monster, the Dover Demon, Conan Doyle style Lost World, dinosaurs. Are there still dinosaurs out there? Every once in a while in Africa or in Australia, you'll get people saying they were out in the outback or they were in the jungle, and I saw something, heard something that looked suspiciously like a prehistoric animal. And since we have found animals that actually we thought were extinct, but they are actually still alive in remote parts of the world, down, deep, deep, deep in the ocean. It's like now, with UFOs being real officially, it's like, well, maybe, possibly, who's to say? So it is really exciting. I think that the world really, with this story, with this admittance by the Pentagon, the world really did change. And we are such fools. We are such blind, egotistical, navel-gazing fools that we don't even realize it. If the government had said any time before this, in the 50s, in the 60s, even in the 70s or the 80s, that UFOs are real, my God, that would be the front page news. We are not alone. We are potentially not alone in the universe. The universe just got, again, potentially, because again, like I said, we don't know exactly what they are. They're unidentified, which means we don't know what's inside them. We don't know where they come from, what they're doing here, what they want, etc., etc. But potentially, the universe just got bigger, because it's possible now that there exists civilizations, societies far, far more advanced than ours, which would seem to imply that they are far, far older than us as well. I mean, this could change history. This is going to change science. This is going to change so much of what we know and what we thought we knew, that it's mind-boggling. And the fact that we sit here, and I'm just as guilty as anyone, still talking politics. I mean, it really shows sort of a loss of wonder. It really does. I think it was G.K. Chesterton who said that the problem with the world is not a lack of wonders, but a lack of wonder. Meaning, there are plenty of things to get excited about in the world. Plenty of things. What we don't have is that sense of wonder and awe of these things. That's what's missing, and that's one of the huge problems that we have today. I'm really, really hoping, gang, I will be completely 100% honest, I am really, really hoping that this admittance by the Pentagon, that it really does sort of kick us in the pants. Shock us in the arm. Do something so that we can stop looking at our navel bellies and look up and realize that the answer to everything does not always come from inside of us, that there are things outside in the world, and maybe it's very possible that this could actually jumpstart people seeking wisdom. Now that might be a weird thing to say, but Socrates said that wonder is the beginning of wisdom. I'm sure that you've seen that before, because people put it into memes, and I think they even sell it on t-shirts, and if you Google it on Google Images, you get all sorts of different photographs and pictures and whatnot. But it's one of those things that has become snipped. It's being copied and pasted so much that we've forgotten what it means. And what it means, what Socrates was saying, was that wisdom only comes when you seek the truth. But you don't seek the truth unless you're seeking answers to something. But you're not seeking answers unless you ask questions. And you don't ask questions unless you see something, you witness something, or you think of something, and it fills you with wonder. It fills you with wonder. You see fire for the first time, and you're magnetized by it. You're mesmerized by it. You're wondering, what is this? Why does it feel so good to put my hands by it, but if I put my hand in it, it hurts like hell? Why do I have to keep feeding it? Why is it different colors? Why does it crackle? Why this? Why this? Why that? those questions lead us. They compel us. They push us to seek answers. But here's the catch. We shouldn't be satisfied just with any answer. Because finding an answer can be easy. Finding the true answer, that's the challenge. That's a lot harder. So the sense of wonder sets us off this path. It sets us on the path of dialogue, asking questions, looking for answers. That's what Socrates did in Athens. That's why he was called the gadfly, because he would go around to people and he would ask them questions. And then when they gave him an answer, he just didn't say, "Oh, okay, thanks very much," and go off to the next guy. He probed them. He said, but if this is the answer, then wouldn't that mean this? Wouldn't that mean this? Wouldn't that mean this? Why, I guess it would, Socrates. Well, then what is wrong with the answer? What about this then? What about this? And I mean, people had never seen that before. At least in Athens, they hadn't. And so that's what Socrates means, right? When he says wonder is the beginning of wisdom. And if there's one thing that we are not today, it is wise. And the reason why we're not wise, one of the reasons I would say, is because we're so busy looking at our own navels, right? With intersectionality and identity politics and postmodern ideas of oppression and power hierarchies and struggles. Everything now is so subjective. Everything is boiled down to me. And not even me as an actual fully developed human person, but me as fractured and defined through intersectionality and some post-colonial feminist studies program. That's not the beginning of wisdom. No wonder we can't create anything new anymore. No wonder. Hopefully, I pray to God, seriously, that this revelation, this admittance by the government, maybe the first time in a long time that the government has actually been honest with us, that this will lead, at the very least, to a rekindling of wonder and hopefully, a realignment towards wisdom, because that's something that we desperately need right now. But I have talked for far too long, as per usual, so I am going to wrap up this 54th episode of the Rolling Stone Up right here. As always, gang, thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves, stay healthy, stay safe, stay dangerous, and find that sense of wonder. Find that wonder and look up at the stars again. And keep doing that. Just do that every day. And I will talk to you all again soon. Ciao.